An AI just walked a guy through growing botulism, one of the deadliest toxins on Earth, in a jar on his own kitchen counter. He thought he was making garlic salad dressing. He asked Google Gemini how to add raw garlic to oil without heating it, and it handed him a plausible recipe. He followed it. Those little bubbles he saw on day 3? That was the toxin, culturing in the oil, exactly the way you'd do it on purpose. And here's the part that should scare you. The AI wasn't broken, it was being helpful. So today, why every major AI botches home canning, the one number that decides safe versus lethal, and what to trust instead. Stick around, this is the kitchen mistake that puts people on a ventilator. Let's be clear about what we're dealing with. Botulism toxin is one of the most lethal substances known to science. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. A single bad jar can look completely fine. The CDC logs around 20 to 25 foodborne cases a year in the US, and home canned vegetables are the #1 cause. Now, most cooking mistakes are forgiving. Burn the garlic, start over, undercook the pasta, boil it longer. Canning is the one domain where a slightly wrong answer doesn't mean a bad dinner. It means a hospital. That's why those bubbles matter. In every other kitchen, bubbles are fermentation, flavor, life. In a sealed, low-acid jar, they can be gas from the exact organism you did not want to grow. So here's the number that runs the whole thing. 4.6. That's pH. How acidic a food is. Above 4.6, a food counts as low acid. Green beans, corn, meat, most vegetables. And here's the catch. A boiling water bath tops out at 212 Fahrenheit. That's not hot enough. Botulism spores shrug off boiling. A USDA lab held them at boiling for 6 hours and killed almost none of them. To actually destroy the spores, you need 240 degrees. And the only home tool that gets there is a pressure canner. That's the whole ball game. A 28-degree gap between safe on the shelf and growing toxin. Water bath is fine for high-acid stuff. Jams, pickles, tomatoes with added lemon. Pressure canner for anything low-acid. Get that one distinction wrong, and no amount of confidence from a chatbot changes the chemistry. Okay, so AI gets canning wrong. How wrong? Someone actually ran the experiment. 8 canning questions pulled straight from USDA failure modes, fed to 6 different AI tools, and graded out of 32. Did it match the rules? Did it warn you? Did it cite a real source? Did it refuse a dangerous method? Here's the scoreboard. Perplexity came out on top with a 20, and top still means it whiffed a quarter of the time. Claude Sonnet, 14. Gemini, 11. ChatGPT, 9. Recipy, yeah, our own app, a 6. Mealime, a 3. But the ranking isn't even the headline. This is, every single tool recommended at least one method the USDA says can hurt you. Not just the worst one, every one of them. So why do smart models fail the same way, over and over? 3 reasons, and none of them are the AI being dumb. 1. The training data. There are 10,000 Grandma's Garlic and Oil blog posts, and like a handful of USDA bulletins. The model learns the pattern it sees most, and the safe canon is small, static, and buried in PDFs nobody crawls. 2. Retrieval. The systems that go look things up surface the popular page, not the obscure but correct one. 3, and this is the big one. These models are built to be helpful. They want to give you an answer. Refusing feels like failing. In almost every topic, that instinct is great. In canning, here's a plausible recipe is exactly how you end up with a jar of toxin. The AI back in that cold open wasn't broken. It was doing its job. That's the scary part. Remember the garlic and oil? That's not a fluke. It's the single most predictable botulism recipe there is. Raw garlic, submerged in oil, room temperature, low acid, no oxygen, a perfect incubator. It's such a known hazard that the FDA has required every commercial garlic and oil product to be acidified since 1991 after people got sick. The chatbot didn't know that. It just pattern matched garlic, oil, flavor. And if you think this all stays theoretical, not long ago, in Fresno, 8 people got botulism from home-canned nopales. 2 ended up on ventilators. The person who canned them had no training and skipped the tested process. That's the whole risk in one sentence. Ditch the rulebook, trust your gut, or a bot, and this is where it can land you. So here's the fix, and it isn't never use AI. It's putting AI in the right seat. Research assistant, not authority. Start with the source the pros actually trust. The USDA's National Center for Home Food Preservation at nchfp.uga.edu. It's free, it's complete, it's tested. Grab the Ball Blue Book. That's the printed canon. And your state extension office, Cornell, Penn State, UC Davis, Georgia, publishes free guides tuned to your altitude and your produce. Use AI to explain a term, to summarize, to point you toward those sources, never to invent a processing time. And here's your tell. If a tool hands you a canning recipe without citing a tested source, that's your signal to close the tab and go check. Now, where does Recipy fit in all this? Honestly, not here. We scored a 6 out of 32 on that canning test, and I'm not going to dress that up. Recipy is built for weeknight and weekend cooking. Meal plans, pantry, real dinners. Ask it a canning question, and you're using it way outside its lane. And it'll hand you a recipe-shaped answer, which is the wrong shape. And look, we use AI too. The difference is honesty. It's grounded in real, tested recipes. And when something's AI-generated, we label it as AI. No fake author, no pretending. For canning, the honest move is to send you to the USDA, so that's what we do. Other apps just run on your phone. Recipy runs your kitchen, and a kitchen that knows its own limits is the one you can actually trust. If that's the kind of straight talk you want, subscribe. Next time, I'm staying in the danger zone, the AI fermentation gap, where trust the bubbles is exactly the wrong instinct.
Subscribe. Long-form explainers, weekday afternoons.